All right. So as we mentioned in React on Monday, React initially created class-based components explicitly to handle state and everything. However, they've been slowly transitioning to just a purely functional-based components. So right here, we have a class-based component, but let's actually convert this to a functional-based component. So pretty standard. It's literally, we're just making a function that article teaser takes in some value, and then it returns pretty much some JSX. All right. Format document. So the first thing we need to do for this article teaser, we actually have to pass in props to it. And now, once we have props passed in, we can destructure it just like we are up there. We can do ID, title, handle, title click, and created date equals props. And we're not doing this dot props because this isn't a class-based component, it is a functional-based component, and we're passing props into here. So if we refresh, come over here, everything is still working in our article teaser component. What questions do you have about how to convert a class-based component to a functional-based component? Let's move on to the article component. All right, we can do const article equals, again, we have to pass in props. Whoop. And we just return some JSX. And so I'm just going to copy this div right here. Whoa. And bring it down here. Format the document and make sure indentation's all good. And then just like I was destructured props from the class-based component, I can destructure the props in the functional-based component. So if I refresh that, go back to here, everything is still working. All right. Lastly, let's make this article app nav component a class-based component or functional-based component. Const app nav equals, we got takes in some props, and it returns some JSX. So we need to copy that right there, and then we also actually have to copy this as well. All right. And it looks like we have props up here, so we can get rid of any reference to this. Whoop. Like so. And I think everything should still work. Uh-oh. Okay, it still works. Yep. Cool. We can make this app component a little more efficient just by destructuring the props. Destructure the nav items and the handle nav click from props. So we can actually get rid of any reference to props within our function or within our component. And everything's still working. All right. What questions do you have about news site 1?
So if we go to start a project from scratch, should we be using function-based methods? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Now there's nothing preventing you from going over creating a class-based component and just messing around with the lifecycle methods just to show you kind of like what that looks like. But yeah, you could do that, but we're going to be doing that next week as well. All right. What other questions do you all have?
Is the end of the lesson for today, Tom?
It is.
Could you maybe go through like